Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting on the floor of my room. I got back super late from a soccer trip, so I couldn't meet with my group. So this is for. Ooh, what is it? Let me see what week. Sorry. Okay, this is the mini lesson for week 7, which was capturing students' thinking. And I can't really do that because I'm not in my group, but my idea is I can just tell them to you, I guess, because that's the best we can do right now. So my plan, I have 2 bar graphs set up to talk through with students, but I'll probably only make it through one in the 5 minutes. So what I'm going to give them on a piece of paper would be a blank graph. No numbers. There would just be like the X and Y axis, just the lines, and the data points. So I have the San Diego Zoo and the LA Zoo. And I remember last week, I don't know if you have that video, but last week I told them you could compare two things on a bar graph. So that's what I'm going to do today. And so I have the 2 zoos, and then I have giraffes, orangutans, and monkeys, and I'm comparing how many are at each zoo. And so I have the data listed out, so it's, you can't see it, so it's 20 giraffes at the San Diego Zoo, 13 orangutans, and about 23 monkeys. And then the LA Zoo is 12 giraffes, 18 monkeys, and almost 30, or 18 orangutans and almost 30 monkeys. So that's the data we have. So when I'm with my students, we're going to start off by naming the graph. So how I would try to capture students' thinking in this is I would have them like create whatever title they want. So that's a little bit of freedom. And then I would work on naming the X and Y axis with them. So, X is a dependent variable. So I would tell them that, and then they'd figure out that, oh, it's the animals. So that's the X, and then you'd have the number of animals as the Y, which sounds really simple, but for 6th graders, it'd be a little more challenging, I guess. So then I would have them number the Y-axis. I remember in classes, like, our teachers would let us space it out how we wanted, so we could go by 1s, we could go by 5s, we could go by 10s, and that was kind of our choice, and I thought that was really cool, so I would let my students do the same thing. And then I would go through that with them, and then I would have them, so you have giraffes, orangutans, and monkeys on the x-axis. I would have them have 2 different colors for the zoos and start off with the San Diego Zoo and make that, let's say, blue. So I'd have them like count up and draw the bar graphs and do 3 of them for how many animals are in each one. And then I would have them compare with the LA Zoo by putting it right next to the San Diego Zoo bar graphs that they just drew. So that would be like the student thinking I could capture with doing bar graphs. And some questions they might have are like, how do you set this up? Like, how are you supposed to compare data on a bar graph? Because maybe they haven't seen it before. So I would kind of sit there with them and let them think through it. Like, what is the most reasonable option for this? And then doing different colors helps them be a little creative with it. And then another way to capture the thinking is to see, like, if they turn it sideways, because you can do a bar graph like this way and do a cross. That's if you change the X and Y axis, which you really can on a bar graph. You can put animals on the Y axis, and you can put the number of animals on the X axis. It would just flip the graph. So that's what I was going to do this week. I'm sorry I couldn't meet with my group. We all had stuff literally all week, so that was kind of unfortunate. And I'll get this video to load as soon as possible because I've been struggling with that too. And this is really what the end result would look. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That scared me. This is what the end result would look like. That's what I would have done with my group. So thank you. So sorry again, this video is really bad.